Verbally Effective with Ina Esco is an interview-style podcast that intersects art, culture, politics, and entertainment with a Memphis focus. With producer Sana Marie. Each week, I'm joined by a featured guest with roots in Memphis. Verbally Effective delves into each guest's personal journey to uncover the incredible stories fueling their purpose, the highs and lows of their pursuits, and how through their passion, they are moving the culture forward. Be sure to follow Verbally Effective and Ina Esco on Instagram. Also, download the Verbally Effective podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music. Don't forget to check out the website and submit to be a guest at verballyeffective.com. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Verbally Effective podcast. I'm your host, your double E, Ina Esco. I definitely want you to get this merch. Fall is here. You need your hoodies, you need your tees, you need your Henry masks with the Ivy Multimedia Verbally Effective, a Difficult Beauty on them. So check them out right now at ivymultimediashop.com. Also, hit that cash tag up on Cash App. You know, we have to pay the bills around here. That's cash tag Ina Esco, ENAESCO. Big shout outs to the consortium MMT for allowing me to pod in this space today. Also, I want to shout out my team, Brandon, and also Patrick for, helping me make this happen today. So I'm really excited because I am talking fashion today with a beautiful young lady who has it going on. She's been to New York Fashion Week. She knows her shit in the fashion game, okay? I am talking about AyeshiA.
Yes.
She is the CEO, and, she's a fashion designer extraordinaire, and she's going to style me very soon. So that's what we're going to get to at the end of the pod today. How you doing, beautiful?
I am doing really good. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you looking good, honey.
You. I had to do a little something for you.
Yes, I see it all. We're going to start at the beginning. I ain't even going to say what part of Memphis are you from? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Memphis.
What part of Memphis?
I grew up in Germantown.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, Germantown.
Yeah.
Look, I don't get a lot of Germantown, do I? Have y'all heard of Germantown? Okay, Germantown.
Yes.
How was that?
It was cool. I mean, I moved out there. I actually moved from Fraser to Germantown when I was like 7 years old. And from there, I was there all the way through high school.
Okay. Were you into fashion when you were that young?
Yes, I was. I actually got into fashion when I was 5 years old.
You remember?
Yes. I used to love them classic movies, the black and white ones. I used to watch it for the clothes.
Really?
Yes. My cousin Shauna is the one who actually introduced me to those movies. And from there, when I turned 13... that's when I had started making handbags I would repurpose jeans and turn them into purses and sell them at school. So I was a little young entrepreneur.
So you was slanging them bags
I was.
at school, and they was buying them.
They were buying them.
What did they look like?
I actually still have the first one that I ever made. It's a denim bag. I bleached it, tie-dyed it, added studs and all type of stuff on there. I bedazzled it out.
You was doing it.
And I was like, where you get that from? I was like, girl, I made this.
Wow. Interesting. What did your parents think about, your interest in fashion?
They supported me. Like, my mom actually tricked me because I wanted a sewing machine. And she took me to Hancock Fabrics. I don't know if you remember that was so long ago.
I remember my mom used to sew all the time.
Did she?
And I would be at Hancock with her looking at fabric, looking at, the patterns and everything.
Yeah. So my mom took me up there. She told me we was get my grandmother a sewing machine. I was like, what about me? I'm trying to sew. I'm sewing by hand at this time with needle and thread making it. And she was like, help me pick one out for her. And it ended up being for me.
Wow. So you picked your own out, really?
I did.
And how old were you?
I was 13.
So you've been actually sewing on the sewing, like you the real deal.
I taught myself how to sew at 13.
Was it easy?
Oh, I'm not going to say it was hard, but I'm still learning every day.
Yeah, because some patterns could be more complex than others.
Yes, and I actually create patterns now. Like at first I was using patterns, and now I actually can construct the whole garment myself, like pattern making, all of it.
Oh my gosh. Wow, at an early age. Okay. So did you go to Germantown High School?
I did.
So what was AyeshiA doing at Germantown?
I was styling and profiling. I had heels on, dressed up every single day. Like, everybody knew me for my clothes. They was like, fashion, yes, that's it. Best dressed. They was like, we gonna vote for you, but
I know who got it.
Yeah,
I know
you
who.
already know how that. Yeah,
Germantown. I see y'all. Wow. So did you enjoy Germantown?
I did. Okay. That's where I met my man that I'm with now. In Germantown. We was friends for years, so we didn't get together 2 years later.
Oh, y'all some Germanites. I mean, what's the mascot in Germantown?
The Red Devils.
I said Germanites. Okay, the Red Devils. Oh,
yes,
that sound right. Yeah. That sound right. Okay, so after you graduated Germantown, what did you do?
I actually left and moved to Atlanta to go to fashion school, but it didn't work out like that.
What happened?
It's just like everything, it was like all odds were against me. Like, I had got an apartment out there. I was staying in Buckhead, and I was working part-time, rent still coming around, my dad trying to take care of that and school, and it just didn't work out, so I ended up moving back home.
Came back home. Why Atlanta? Why did you go to Atlanta?
Because I thought that was like the scene to go to, and it was still close to home. But my first choice was always to go to FITM in California. But at the time, my parents weren't living there. And so that's too far. LA gonna eat you up and spit you out. So I was like, okay, I'll go to Atlanta.
So Atlanta, how long were you in Atlanta?
I stayed there for about a year, and this lady actually paid my rent. I met her in the parking lot. My truck wouldn't start. It's crazy. My truck wouldn't start. I met her. I was like, Lord, please let her come park next to me. And she parked next to me, and she got me a battery for my car. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm about to move back home, and my car not starting. And she was like, stay out here for a couple more weeks, and I'll pay your rent for the rest of the year. And then, it was
a stranger.
Yeah, my mom was like, all right now.
She gonna try to get you.
People. Yeah, she was like, she gonna get you. You better be careful. But it wasn't nothing like that. Like, she actually had her own real estate business.
Oh, my.
And she owned a lot of properties.
God sent her to you.
He did.
Wow. So you stayed a little longer.
I stayed a little longer. And then I ended up moving back.
Okay. So when you came back, what happened?
I ended up going to the University of Memphis. And then from there, I ended up moving to, I had my daughter. There's so much stuff happened between there. I had my daughter. She's 13 now.
Wow.
And I ended up moving to California because my dad had moved out there. So
what made your daddy move out there?
He actually worked for this company. He actually went out there and helped them open up the distribution center for San Francisco. So he ended up going there. So I was like, this is my opportunity to go out there.
So you went to Cali.
I went to Cali.
And what happened when you got there?
Oh, my God. Like, I've always worked in the jewelry industry on the side. And so I basically was out there working in jewelry, still trying to break into the fashion industry, trying to figure out my niche in the fashion industry. And so from there, I ended up having my son. And I had a lot of, like, trials and tribulations throughout all of that. And so many times I wanted to give up, but it would be like something that would come to me, or a person would come to me. It's like it was confirmation from God, because they would come to me and say, your time is coming. Like, don't give up. Okay. And so I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said you really started in jewelry too. I worked
in jewelry for 15 years. I actually was designing jewelry in Oakland, California, and that part was super, super fun. Like, I really enjoyed designing because we actually had master craftsmen that actually create the piece. So I would research and find all the pieces needed, order everything, and they'll make it for us.
Wow. I'm talking about real deal design.
Yeah, it was real deal. Like, the owner, he been in business for like 38 years, and he wins the award every year for his designs.
Wow. So when you design jewelry, are you working with like the different metals and all of that?
Like, I had to know everything. Like, I know so much stuff about like metals, diamonds, gemstones, everything. Like, just, it's been a long time. It's been 15 years that I worked in jewelry.
Wow. So what's your fave, jewelry or clothing?
Clothing. Clothing all day.
But they do go hand in hand.
They do. Because you need something to complement everything that you wear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, went to Cali. And San Fran?
I was actually working in Oakland.
Oakland. How was the Oakland scene? Tell me about Oakland, girl.
I liked Oakland. Everybody used to be like, it's rough in Oakland. I was like, I'm from Memphis. I ain't scared of being in Oakland.
What did they say when you said you from Memphis?
People love, oh my God, I love Memphis. Yes, like one of my coworkers, she's like, I just visited Memphis. And I was like, really? She was like, I love it there. I was like, do you really? She was like, yeah. Girl. She said she would move here.
They want some of that hospitality.
Yeah, she said that's what she really liked, because they are rude out there.
They're rude?
Yeah, they don't talk. You know how, like, we see somebody and speak? They don't do none of that. So, like, you just mind your business out there.
Everybody head down in their phone.
Ain't nobody talking to nobody, just...
But you made a lot of connections.
I did. I guess by me having that Southern hospitality, people always were like drawn to me, and I would always wear my clothes to work. Mm-hmm. So people would be like, "Oh, I want to work with you. I want you to create something for me." So that's my way of networking myself.
Oh, wow. So you were getting clients out there. Oh,
I was.
Okay. But you moved back to Memphis.
I did.
Why?
COVID. COVID happened. That's what happened. That's what brought me back. Yeah. Okay. Like, my man came and got me, and I said it just made more sense because rent is stupid expensive out there. Yeah. But what you get...
West Coast? East Coast?
You don't get nothing for your money. Like, you be out there paying $3,000, $4,000 rent, and you only have 2 bedrooms and 1 bath.
I've seen it.
And the space might not even be 1,000 square feet, so it's... Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
So, like, $1 million home out here is huge, but out there, that ain't nothing.
No, it's nothing.
It's nothing, literally.
Yeah, like where I worked at, those homes were $1 million homes, but it looked just like Midtown.
Yes.
So
that's crazy.
It's crazy. Yes.
Wow.
And they say they don't need all this space. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay. We like this space.
That's
in
crazy.
The South, yeah.
And nothing has changed with that. Like, that's always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Now, what I do know is that you were recently, showing off your fashions at New York Fashion Week.
Yes. Oh,
Tell me about how that all came together. And, I want some behind the scenes, too.
Okay. So, it's crazy because I was contacted to do New York Fashion Week last year, like around January, and then COVID happened. And so I was like, well, Lord, when it's time, it's time. So then someone contacted me in December of last year and was like, they found me on Instagram. Like, everyone who finds me, they find me on Instagram to
What
do the show.
They say when you get that phone call to come to New York Fashion Week? How does that conversation go?
It was like, we seen your work, and we would love for you to showcase with us. And then at that point, you tell them, like, they'll send over, like, packages for you to select, for you to pay.
Girl.
And it's expensive.
Is it?
It can be very expensive.
Like, what's that, like, range? What we talking?
Anywhere from $1,000 to like $25,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you were contacted. You was like, I'm coming.
I said, I'm coming this time. It's time. I was like, it's time. Ain't nothing gonna stop this time. So they contacted me. They sent over all the information. I went ahead and paid, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Because they include your models, your makeup artists, everything. So when, like, I had to source nothing. So that's the benefit of it. And then from there, like, I started working on my collection. Like, I bought everything. I want to say it was like February. I started flying back and forth to L.A. to buy fabric. And then by May, I started sketching everything out. And then July, I do.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I sketched everything out, and then July, I created the collection in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Like, I literally set up and sold all day and all night.
And if you could describe it, how would you describe your collection?
I would say my collection is super vibrant. I feel like it's timeless, but it has like an 80s feel. And that's where Memphis came from, because I was like, Memphis is my hometown. And as I was doing my research, I came across Memphis design, and it was this print that I'm wearing. I'm like,
yes, that's the vibe you giving me too. That 80s feel, vibrant. Yeah. That's pretty.
And so, as I told you, like, my middle name, which is AyeshiA, it stands for alive, and that's what I want to create, pieces that actually, like, bring you to life, and you feel energetic, just high energy when you put it on. And so that's where the collection came about.
Wow. So how was it? Like, how was that whole experience in New York Fashion Week?
It is not for the weak.
It's not, look, girl, because I was on my phone just scrolling on Instagram like, ooh, that's cute. Ooh, they was there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not for the weak, though.
Why
like,
you
behind the scenes, like, it's so much that goes on backstage between models, designers, garments may come apart. It's so much stuff. And then you have so many different people, people who've never done fashion shows, let alone New York Fashion Week. It's like they expecting everything to be, like, in order. I was like, it don't work out like that, because I've done LA Fashion Week. I did that back in 2014. And I was like, I was preparing for, like, all the chaos and stuff. And
it happened.
It did. Like I was supposed to show 2 days. I only ended up showing 1.
Why?
Because one of the other designers had got so behind. We was like 5-6 hours behind schedule.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. But that second day I showed up.
You showed up and showed out.
I had to show up and show out. I even switched clothes and everything. I was like, are you going to walk out with us? The models, I was like, no, I'm going to come out at the end. They was like, you need to walk and show your piece. I was like, they'll see you when I step out.
Okay, girl. I'm making my grand entrance.
Yes.
That's y'all job.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So did you make a lot of connections in New York?
I did. I made a lot of connections. I actually met a lot of people out when I was in Times Square because I was wearing I had a dress on. It's an 80s inspired print too. And people were stopping me about that. And so I was making connections there, making connections at the events. I went to the 4040 Club.
How was that?
I had so much fun.
You saw J&B there?
No, I didn't see them there. They was I think they was somewhere in Italy or
From Mykonos, probably. They probably was.
Yeah,
but it was cool.
But it was so cool. I really, really enjoyed myself.
Oh, wow. I love New York. I haven't been there in so long, but when I used to go, oh, Lord, I love New York. That
was my first time going.
Was it?
Yes.
You going back? I know.
I actually have a show coming up in February.
Really?
Yes, I'll be showcasing again.
Okay, so tell me the deets.
So he hasn't gotten the date yet because we have to wait for the CFDA to give you the date. But I know it'll be February. So once I get the date, I'll be able to let you know. And then I also have a show coming up in California in February
Look
too.
at you on a roll. Yeah. So where do you want to take your brand? What do you want to see long term?
I want to be on a global platform. Mm-hmm. Like I want to be all across the world, not just here in the U.S. I want to be globally known for my fashion. Mm-hmm. And I actually plan on releasing a men's collection in the spring.
Look at you.
With my boo. Yeah, we're going to do a collection together because I actually created an outfit for him to wear for New York Fashion Week, and I created one for me too. And we wore it, and we got so much good feedback.
What does his look like?
I have to show you. It's like super vibrant. Okay. It's actually like a... kind of like a bomber jacket with the bucket hat to go with it, but it's like super. It was super neat. Like the print was just crazy. Like
wow,
people on the street was like, I love that. Where'd you get it? I'm like, I designed it. I made this. My card.
And then you know all of the elements of designing. You do the sketching. You know the fabrics. You know patterns. All of that. Mm-hmm. And then you know the jewelry too.
Yeah, so I can put you some jewelry together. You know, like, hey, you need that? I can sketch that up for you too. Because I used to actually pencil and paper. Up there sketching. Wow.
Now, do you get into, like, you know, the big names, the Gucci, the Pradas? Is that you? Are you one of those girls? Or you just need a few pieces and you're good? Or?
I'm not. Like, I liked it. Like, when I was young, growing up, that's what inspired me. Like, I actually dreamed about working for this company named Escada, and I had never even heard of them. So I don't know if there's something in the works with the Lord later on. But I was 13, and I had a dream, and I looked them up, and I was like, this is a luxury brand. Like, I didn't know nothing about them. But I'm into it, but I don't want to spend the money on it.
Right.
I can create something better.
Right. And these gals is spending that cheap.
I know.
And they all got the same shit.
I know. That's what's like, I got friends.
Everybody
I got to have
alike.
this. And I'm like, you and everybody else.
They got all the same bag.
Yeah. And then we step out together and she'll be like, everybody said something to you about your stuff.
That's how
because it's different.
Right. Right. Ain't nothing like that originality.
Yeah. I got stopped on the way in here.
I bet you did.
I did. She was like, oh, the outfit is giving
walking down Main.
Yes.
Coming up. Yes. I know you did.
I was like, thank you.
Now, who are some of your inspirations in the fashion world?
As far as like designers or...
Designers and you like their style.
Ooh, okay. So I'm trying to think. I really don't be watching nobody. Cause
you be doing your own thing.
I just be in my own world. Pretty much like it's a lot of celebrities that I would like to dress. But... I just be in my own world sewing because I'm a mom too, so I got my 2 kids I be focused on.
Do you make them clothes?
I do. Like I actually just made my daughter an outfit for her birthday. We was matching.
I bet that was cute.
And unapologetically Memphis. They posted it on their Instagram.
I'ma check it out.
It's so cute. Like she had a bucket hat with her pleated skirt. It's the Memphis print.
So the bucket hats are in.
It's the thing now.
You know what? I was just looking online at a pink Prada bucket hat.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know which one? And you know why I was looking at it? What's Waka Flocka girlfriend name?
Tammy.
She had one on, and I was like, that's cute. I said, let me go see how much that costs. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Like,
but it was cute though.
It's cute.
It
and they
drove
got the
me
little
to
shoes to
product,
go
but
with
I
it
was
now.
like,
And those pastel colors. Yeah.
Yes. So them buckets. I need to get a bucket hat for the fall.
I can make you one.
Yes.
Yeah, I can make you
Let's
one.
talk about fall trends. What's hot and what's not anymore?
You know, we gonna get the mustard colors, that burgundy, and that olive green. They gonna do it to death every fall.
You say no.
No, because I still like color in the fall.
Okay.
So I like to do like I have a pop of color somewhere. I don't care what season it is, because like a lot of the pieces I created were velvet, but they were hot pinks and yellows. So it's like you still gonna be warm, but you be cute stepping out.
Yeah. Would you wear white? Do you do the white?
I do white.
Whenever.
I don't care about what's that, Labor Day. I don't.
Yes.
I'm gonna step out if I want to
Like,
wear
where did
white.
it come from?
I don't know.
Because you wearing your
I'm
white.
wearing white.
Wow. Now, you know what? I can see you working with some of these big celebrities and dressing them because, you know, listening to your story is so similar to Rich Fresh story.
Is
like
it?
how he started and he said he started making bags first.
It's always something else.
And then it always evolves.
It does.
And then you move. And then you get the connections. And then here we go.
Yes.
Everything keep...
Yes, because he in L.A., so it's so many people out there. And when I showcased out there, I made a lot of connections with stylists. Like, it's some celebrity stylists that seen the pieces that I created for the show that I'm going to create some stuff for them to get on some of their clients. So I'm trying to step it on up. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And, you know, I know you're a Memphis girl at heart, but I kind of feel like New York might take you away from us.
You know what? My daddy said that. He was like, I think he's going to end up in New York now. I said, yeah. But this lady, when I was in Vegas, she told me that I was going to be a really big fashion designer in San Francisco. So I was like, maybe I'll
You could be
back.
bi-coastal.
See, that's what I be saying.
Yes.
I be saying the same
Especially in that industry, right?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think
my
about...
winter home, my summer home?
Yes. Look, what's the Martha's Vineyard in New York?
Yes, that's what my friend, she called me Martha Stewart all the time because I like cooking a lot too.
Do you?
Yes.
What's your favorite dishes?
I be making so much stuff. Let me think, because I do a lot of like jerk chicken.
Oh, you like it spicy?
I like spicy stuff, yes. And oh my God, I love Mexican food too. So I be doing some of everything. And my daughter, we actually cook something. I have her cook something every week. She find her recipe and she cook it every week.
That's good.
Yeah.
Look, we got to teach these girls and these boys how to cook.
Yes.
Honey. Yes.
Because my son, he's going to learn too because his daddy can't cook.
His daddy can't cook?
No.
Look, most of them can't, but I'm glad mine can.
Oh, you lucky.
I got me old country boy, baby. You know how to fry that chicken. You know how to pork chops. Don't play. That's how you got to be.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
He can fry some fish. That's it. And it's good. I give him that, but that's his dish.
That's his dish. That's his go-to.
That's his go-to.
Wow. Let me ask you this. What do you think about the Memphis fashion scene? What does that look like to you? Is there one? And if it is, what does it look like?
To me, I feel like the Memphis thing is so cliquey, like cliquish. It's hard to say. And it's crazy because it's so much talent from Memphis. And I see like a lot of great people that design clothes from out of Memphis. But as far as like I would say everything kind of cliquey, or they just more trendy. Is what I would say. More trendy, on trend versus like different.
Yeah, the trends. I see the trends. The trends. Yeah. Even on social media, the trends.
The trends. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know, I want you to say your name correctly for everyone on the Verbally Effective podcast. I know I got it right a little bit, but I want you to say it again and tell me what it means again.
So my name is AyeshiA.
AyeshiA. Yeah, I was calling her Aisha.
Everybody do it. It's okay.
AyeshiA, and what does that mean again?
It stands for alive or lively woman.
Oh, wow. And your parents said her name is AyeshiA.
Yes.
And you are living up to that name.
I am. I had to research. I was like, what does my name even mean? Let me Google it. Because my mama said she found it on a movie.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even know what
Wow.
movie. She didn't even say, but yeah.
Girl, I am so proud of you. You seem like you are making a lot of leaps and bounds in this fashion world, and I look forward to working with you because, you know, one of the things we kind of talked about before we started the podcast was with COVID underway, you know, we've been in the house, we don't feel our prettiest anymore. And I used to run and run and run, and now I'm feeling some kind of way when I put something on out the closet. I'm like changing 50 times.
Oh, yes.
Like, how can we get over this?
We got to get on out there.
It's hard.
I know. Because me, myself, like, if I'm at home, I be in sweats.
That's me.
So if you catch me out.
If I got a bottom on. I might just have a tight little long top.
Yes.
And then the kids be looking at me like, Mama, you still got that on when they get home from school?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I be at the machine looking just like that with my hair wrapped up.
Yes. So it's hard right now.
Yes.
But I bet them folks at Fashion Week, they wasn't looking hard for them.
No, not at all. Like, everybody was together. Look, I was together. My whole team was together. I was like, we got this. We got this. Because my friend, she like a sister to me. She was like, girl, I had to go ahead and step it up for you for this show. But she was like, you know, I'm especially since COVID happened,
Yes. Wow. So you got the show coming up again in February. So that's going to be really hot. I hope you make all the connections you're looking for. You get those clients you want. You become global.
Yes.
We're going to be, you know, you talking about Escada, we're going to be like, Aisha.
Yes. Aisha. My man, he always say that name sound like it's something real expensive. I was like, we on our way.
Yes.
We on our way. My daughter, she keep me encouraged all the time, too.
That's good. That's good. And she probably going to follow in your footsteps.
I hope so.
Be your number one model. So.
That's what I would love for her to model because she's just the right size for modeling and everything. She got the look. She's just shy.
She's shy. She'll break on out of it. Is she into fashion, too, right now?
She is. But she's more into, she like more sporty look. I'm like more dressy stuff. She likes sporty, but I kind of been kind of changing it up a little bit. And she's like, you dressing like me now. I said, am I? Okay.
So was she like the J's and the hoodies?
She like J's, hoodies, little tracksuits.
That's what these kids like.
Yeah. Like, I be ordering her stuff from Zara because that's who she like. They the little jackets, the crop jackets and the sweatpants.
It's everything crop right now.
It is.
I don't want to show that.
I be trying to enhance those, let's hide them areas and enhance other areas.
Yes, honey. Wow. Well, I want you to give everyone all of your social media handles and how they can continue to follow Aisha's journey.
Okay, so you can follow me. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's AyeshiA.apparel. That's AYESHIA.apparel. And you can also find me on my website and subscribe at AyeshiA.com. And, that's about it.
Yes. Well, I hope, everybody tuning in, I want you to check out AyeshiA's fashions. I mean, she is looking so lovely here today.
Thank you.
And I really need a stylist, and I hope she can hook me
up.
And, kind of help with my confidence right now because it's really, gone to shit lately. I do like to dress up and be pretty and feel good and feel a little sexy. So
I got you.
You got me.
I got you. Yes.
Okay.
When you step into the piece, you're gonna be like,
yes, because I got some hosting gigs coming up, baby.
I got you. Yeah.
I gotta be on point. But I really appreciate you, AyeshiA.
Yes, that's it.
I'm saying
you
it good.
Said it right.
I said it good. I really appreciate you, AyeshiA Smith, for joining me today. I actually saw you on the news, and I was like, I gotta get in touch with her. I was like, producer, help me. Yes.
Thank you.
I love your journey, and I know a lot of people out there are probably into fashion right now and are very inspired by, you actually getting to the point where you're at New York Fashion Week right now.
Yes.
And beyond.
Yes.
So that's a big deal.
It is. And I was like, little old me.
Yes.
And people was like, I want to hear your story. And I'm like, okay. And it makes me feel good that I can, I just tell people, don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up. Don't give up on yourself.
Yeah. Now, would you say the fashion world is something that's very hard and cutthroat to be involved in?
It is.
Have you experienced that?
Yeah, you gotta have to have tough skin, and that's why you need to figure out what your niche is, especially going into it, because if you're doing everything, the same thing that everybody else is doing, it's going to be even harder for you because what is it that sets you apart from them? So you got to really focus on what is my purpose in doing this.
That's right. Yep. Y'all heard what this lady just said. So make sure, stay original. If you like something and somebody else don't, who cares? That's what I be telling my son all the time. Do you, boo?
Yes, that's what it's about.
Yes. And
That's
like
how you
you
make your mark.
said, this Memphis saying it's a lot of trends, and I be seeing everybody with the same thing on.
Yes.
And if it's designer, it's like everybody got the same designer thing on.
Yep.
So we need some pops of colors and...
I got you on it. Look,
Yes.
I brought it to the city. That's why I named it after my hometown. It's like, it only makes sense.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today, pretty lady.
Oh, thank
I
you
look
for
forward
having
to
me.
working with you. Yes, and I wish you nothing but more success.
Thank you.
More clients, more all of those things. And thank you guys for tuning in today to yet another episode of the Verbally Effective Podcast. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you are on here with these fashionistas today, baby. Make sure you check out the website, verballyeffective.com. Also, follow all of the social media handles, Ina Esco, ENAESCO. Drop a cool 20 on my Cash App for this production. Hashtag Ina Esco, ENAESCO. Get that merch, ivymultimedia.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today.